Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Pardon me? Alrighty, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is we got a lot of fun stuff to watch. I think I'm just gonna start doing like compilations just because it's just I want to start pumping out longer videos, so I'm like, I might as well just do longer videos. So if you're a fan, if this is your first time here, my name is Breeesin Smith. The name of this channel is called Splash Comments. Essentially what I do is I go over my interests, movies, politics, viral videos. Here's things that pique my interests, even Christian topics. I'm a Christian, and I just sort of put in my 2 cents on said clip, and I go through the comments section and go over the comments. So today I got a little compilation of just a variety of things that I've seen. Starting off with this.
Hi, buddy. Are you lost? Hi, buddy.
AI is clearly doing a lot of AI things. I've been seeing tons of videos like this all over TikTok, and they're hilarious. Let's go through some of the comments. Hi, buddy. Are you lost? With a pretty intimidating image. What religion is the dog? That's funny.
Does body count matter?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, so it absolutely matters. And I think, so I don't know if we covered this territory last time, but if we didn't, I'll cover it now. So I think one of the mechanisms of female intersexual competition that we are watching play out right now in real time is the sort of feminist, but not entirely, because it's not just a feminist idea, but the notion of the idea that women are somehow empowered by, you know, being free to sleep with as many men as they want. It's primarily women that are pushing that narrative. And the reason they're pushing that narrative is because it's encouraging their rivals to obliterate their own mate value. And that...
Exactly. This conversation is ridiculous. Yes, body count matters. It's really just that simple. Men don't want to be with women who've been with a lot of different men. And women know this, which is why when you ask them, they try to make you, the man, feel bad about it. I mean, do I really have to play the whole clip? It's a longer clip. I really think she's pretty much got the meat across. But I'll play it just so you guys can hear more of what she has to say. She seems like an intellectual. So I think it's better that women, especially younger women, probably hear this from other women, because when a man tells them, they don't want to listen. So maybe they'll listen when a woman tells them. A woman full of experience. Right, she seems to be of age, mature.
That may have been, I suspect that's always been a strategy that women would engage in. And what's changed a little bit from, you know, most of the environments humans have lived in for our existence compared to now is that phone that you were holding up a minute ago. What that phone takes away from so many human interactions that we always used to have was this thing called plausible deniability. Right. I mean, we'll keep with the example of a woman, you know, having a lot of sex. But this applies in any scenario. You can always say it didn't happen. And it's always going to be a combination of he said, she said. It'll be gossip for a while. No one really knows. Even the people who are gossiping about it and declaring it to be absolutely true don't actually know. When they know, they don't actually know. And it causes some harm for a while, but it's transient and people move on. That's not...
This person says this is... I can't speak English, you guys. The specific reason it matters is because it informs men about who she is as a person and what her thought process is. Besides the ickiness of the thought of all those men, intuitively we know that we're likely not going to be the last one on her list. This is true. Regardless of our relationship status with her, we also know that she's addicted to the dopamine rush and excitement of something new, which we can only provide her with for a short while. This is very true. When you look at people that deal with multiple bodies and multiple people, it gets to a point to where they've experienced so many different people and so many different highs, they will start to compare, right? Well, and then that's when you get whether a man or a woman say things like, well, my ex didn't do it like that. Like, what? Excuse me, I'm not your ex. I'm a completely different person, which is why, especially as a Christian, You really should just be with one person. And then beyond that, to the people who have slept around, they'll say, well, how would you know that it's the best? Well, this is the only thing you ever had. This is the best as far as you're concerned, because you don't have anything to compare it to. And this is the feeling. Like, do you see the logic here? And there's tons of studies on how this ruins people. It's sad to me that in America, that our society is so hypersexual. And you could go on the internet right now, go on TikTok and listen to a woman talk about how she got a train ran on her, how many men she slept with, how many times she's cheated on her husband, and think it's a cute thing. And then you go into the comments and you'll see a bunch of other women validating it, saying, oh, you too, I did this. And it's crazy. You don't even see men do this, right? I don't even see men going on YouTube or TikTok talking about how many women they slept. I mean, sometimes you see it, but what I'm saying is you will see more of that from women today than men. And they'll be proud of it too. It's insane. What else we got here? Ability to pair bond. Yeah, that's a big thing too. I've known the craziest stories I know in terms of this conversation come from my female counterparts, not my homeboys. And it is night and day, just to be completely honest with you.
So, unless you've been living under a rock by now, you have heard. Men and women seem to have been drifting apart for a very long time now. And none of us can quite put our finger on as to the reason why. Well, in this new study, we may be able to shed some light on the current situation, especially among Gen Z. Roll a clip.
Gen Z, these are adults under 30 years old. We thought we would ask a big picture question, what they think is most important to their personal definition of success. So we gave a whole bunch of different options here, and we asked folks in this poll, pick the 3 that you think are most important. The most commonly cited for Gen Z for success in life, to have a fulfilling job or career, to have the money to do the things you want to do. What was most surprising about this poll, though, was there were massive differences between how men and women in Gen Z answered, and there were huge differences politically. When you combine those two things, gender and politics in Gen Z, and you asked about what's important to success, they are worlds apart. Look at this. Men, Gen Z, men under 30, who voted for Donald Trump. What were they most likely to say makes for a successful life? Having children. Number 1, women, Gen Z, voted for Kamala Harris. Where's have it? Wow. All the way down here at the bottom. Couldn't be more opposite. Second to last for women who voted for Harris was being married. Being married, look at this, near the top of the list for men who voted for Donald Trump. Another huge difference. A very common answer for Gen Z women who voted for Harris was having emotional stability. For Gen Z men who voted for Donald Trump, you got to go all the way to the bottom to find that one. These are some core basic questions about how people think about life. And you can see here, this rising generation in this country, very far apart.
So, you seen it, you heard it, now I'm about to drop the verdict.
I mean, before I let this video continue, sell women feminism. Hell, even sell men feminism. You see how soft and docile these men are today. Crazy. This is very obvious to me. I mean, even as I'm based in California, when I go on dates, I'm single, I'm 31. And I talk to a lot of these women. It's extremely liberal here, of course. I mean, this is the information he's giving is what they're telling me when I talk to them. It's sad, but it is the reality of the situation. We don't see eye to eye anymore. Generally speaking, the men and women in the West, we just don't. The women are indoctrinated, you know, they go to school, they go to college, they end up in this extreme debt, but they're empowered and they know more than you and they know better than you because they're educated and they have these degrees. So they feel like they're above, and then it shows in their attitude. This is not every woman, of course, but this is generally like, I mean, you guys saw the evidence, right? That is the evidence. I'm talking about the character of that evidence is what I'm dealing with when I go out there on a date with a woman or something. I'm gonna let him talk his piece, speak his piece.
Doesn't that explain the situation where we at right now, guys? Men and women just aren't on the same page. We don't want the same things anymore. And that's why the family structure has suffered. This is why society as a whole has suffered. Since the beginning of time, men have had roles that they must fulfill. Women have had roles that they must fulfill. And what is crystal clear in this polling is that women no longer are interested in doing what they have been tasked by God to do. See, God tasked men with 3 things: to protect, provide, and to cultivate. Women, you were supposed to be wives, the helpmeet, and supposed to rear the children. And if you don't want to be a wife and you don't want to be a mother, what good are you?
And a lot of these women don't want to be wives today or even have kids. I just came back from Michigan, right? Talking to a childhood friend of mine. Very beautiful woman. She grew up to be a very, very beautiful woman. She doesn't want kids. It's not something that, first off, she said she's a liberal Christian, which I don't even know how that makes sense. But that's where she's at right now. And so that is the tone or the messaging of a lot of our women today in the West. And it's not what men want families. Men want to have a wife and they want kids and they want all these things, but it's opposite of what feminism is preaching, right? Of what the left is preaching, which is a religion. And so we just don't mix. It's like water and oil today. Like we don't see eye to eye, and it's sad.
At least to the group, to society. And you can say, oh, well, we contribute. And I would say to you, name one woman who has impacted societal infrastructure. Just one. Whether she invented something that we currently use, whether she implemented a system that she 100% invented herself that we all still currently use. Like, what inventions that a woman came up that has benefited society as a whole, that has lifted society as a whole. So I'm just trying to figure out, this isn't about bashing women. This is trying to make, I guess, sense of the scary situation that a lot of us find ourselves in. And the reason why the situation is scary is because if men and women don't reproduce, we will cease to exist. Look, it's like this. It's difficult to find a partner who is aligned with what you think politically, economically, morally, right? And then when you start breaking down the fabric of who we are as a species, men, we're supposed to protect. We're supposed to provide. We were supposed to cultivate. That's what we're supposed to do. Women, you were supposed to find a husband. You were supposed to be a wife. You were supposed to be a helpmeet. You're out of alignment with God. This is the reason why we find the world upside down, where up is down, left is right, right is left, winter is summer, summer is winter. Everything is backwards now. And the Bible spoke about this. I'm not trying to go biblical or trying to have you think anything other than the truth. The problem is more things than not have been proven factually accurate from the Bible. And my notion is,
I would say go biblical, to be completely honest with you. I mean, he continues to go on and pretty much repeat himself. But I think he's really spot on for the most part. I mean, everything today is so backwards. We know this, right? You got men thinking they're women, women thinking they're men. Right is wrong, wrong is right. Bible spoke about all of this, and it is so... I mean, for you to ignore it today, you just have to be ignorant, in my personal opinion. You're just foolish, as the Bible would say. Let's get into some comments. By design, they don't want us having children. This is a normal conversation today. When I go on dates with women, I don't know if... So actually, I might have to delete... I might have to delete. This is my second time recording this because... for whatever reason, I think the audio in my software, the batteries died. So I had to, anyways, redo it. But what I was saying was when I would go on dates with women today, the conversation of them not wanting babies is so often. Like, I hear it all the time. It's like I'm like, where is this coming from? Why don't the women don't want to have children anymore? Feminist movement. I need to find the women who voted for Trump. The problem is much deeper. These younger generations have all come from broken homes and single parents. They don't want to get married because they saw their parents' marriages destruct. This is so true. I was talking about how, so I just came back from Michigan, right? And I have a childhood friend who grew up to be a very, very beautiful woman. This woman is very attractive. And she doesn't want kids. She's a liberal Christian. And when we were speaking, she constantly spoke about how, you know, she saw some things in her parents' marriage that she just wouldn't want. And that's fair. I think a lot of us have probably seen things in a relationship or a marriage where we're like, you know what? I don't think I want that in my marriage. And some of us might even go as far as say, I don't even want to get married, which I don't think is good. But that conversation is normal. She was like, I don't want certain things, like the stuff, she didn't go into detail, but she saw things that she didn't want. And I think it kind of scared her. It seems like it kind of scared her away from the idea of marriage and children as a whole, which in the grand scheme of things is not good in terms of like the advancement in society. Because society, it starts in the household, right? Families, families raising solid people that can contribute to society and so forth and so forth.
Who are you for? Are you for black women or against us? What the fuck? Like, what are these questions? I'm sorry.
No.
What is this?
So she named those good traits about black women, but then I said, what about the ghetto ones? And then she said, ghetto women
Why would
don't
you
exist.
ever ask that? That's
Because
so fast.
it's valid.
You sound like a white person coming out of black women. This is
How?
fucking weird.
But you said wigs are.
These questions are weird
You
as
said
fuck.
wigs are protective.
Thank you. Wigs are protective styles.
How?
Cornrows underneath. What is going on?
Huh?
You don't even know what the fuck
No,
you're
no, no,
asking
no,
us
no.
about.
I do. Okay. So come back. You didn't let me explain.
Please explain.
Okay. So the cornrows are protective. The wig is not doing anything.
God forbid a black woman wants to wear a fucking wig.
But
Notice how her original point was wigs are protective. Then I basically proved her wrong easily, and she switched her stance to, oh, black women just want to wear wigs. You see how they always deflect every time they get proven wrong? It's crazy.
But you said the wig is protective. It's
This conversation, I mean, this is commonplace, especially, okay, how am I gonna break down this topic? Okay, this idea of, and it's so funny because I feel like he's more, what's the word? Okay, I gotta be very careful how I say this. When we start talking about hair and, black women's hair is beautiful and it's literally just the same hair as mine. I think a lot of black men would agree that black women's hair is beautiful, especially if they're attracted to black women. The thing is, it seems like a lot of black women, though they say their hair is beautiful, don't actually act like it. And that was kind of his point, right? You say your hair is this and that, but you constantly go around wearing weaves, and we're trying to figure out why. Protective hairstyle, cornrows, right? Then why are you wearing a weave over it? If your hair is so beautiful, then why are you not wearing it as is? That's the whole point of the conversation. Like, I mean, look, I wear my hair as it is. Like, this is all natural too. This is me. I don't do, this is me. Not to make things about me, but that's his whole point. Like, black men will constantly say our hair is beautiful, our hair is this, and black men will agree. Then they'll be like, well, why are you wearing the weave? And then they don't like that. Like, as you can see, they'll act out of character. And I just think it's really odd. It's a conversation I usually don't have much because I think a lot of these conversations are so ridiculous to me. I don't waste my time having them. This just happens to be a video I put on my list for this. Like, when I go through certain videos, I'll be like, oh, this seems interesting, I'll react to this. Ooh, this seems interesting, I'll react to this. And sometimes I don't actually watch the whole video. I'll hear the first few seconds, I'm like, okay. So now I'm actually listening to it. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. Okay, let's go over the first comment right here. Logic and reasoning, they can't handle it. Why is our hair relevant? Why is this a question? The only girls that wear fake hair. Yeah, and this is true. It's like, so black women will say our hair is this and our hair is that. And me as a black man, I'll say I agree. Personally, right? I'll just ask myself, or act as if I'm asking myself, I prefer black women wearing natural hair. I've always been attracted to the more natural look on black women. Though they don't wear it like that often, I would ask the same question. I mean, I don't even ask the same question because I know how toxic it is, but why do you wear a weave when you could just wear your natural hair since it's so beautiful? As a natural man. She lied, wigs don't protect nothing.
So if someone come and slap you right now, what would you do?
I'm going to fight.
A girl right now, one of the girls right now slapped you, what would you do?
I'm going to uppercut her.
You're gonna fight a woman?
If she hits me, yes. If you can hit a man, you can get hit like a man. I'm sorry. I'm telling you. Why the fuck would you uppercut me? What the fuck?
I didn't say uppercut. I said slap.
Then I'm going.
You ain't never been slapped before?
And we exchanged.
Yo, hey yo.
Okay, hold up. So I think this is something that women just don't get. These are very, out here in America, we deal with very sheltered women, of course, very protected women. They could just call the cops. So as a man, right, we know as men, if you're a man watching this, that we are dangerous and we can be very dangerous, which is why oftentimes we don't resort to violence because we know we could off each other, right? We operate from a different space than how women operate. If a woman slaps a woman, she usually is not going to think like this woman is gonna unalive me back. We as men know we can murder, like we can take each other out. So women come, for the idea of of a woman slapping a man, is so left field. And beyond that, the fact that she is comfortable doing it is so left field, right? You're talking about a sex who on the inside of his being is constantly restricting himself, which that is supposed to be used to protect him and his family. Why are you trying to bring this out of him? Why do you feel comfortable putting your hands on him? What if for whatever reason he's just having a bad day? Or what if he's a little off, since a lot of you women love to date thugs and people, and a lot of you women love to date thugs, and I would call them feminine, man, right? They can't control themselves, right? They're emotional, unstable. Their emotions are this, here, there, and left and right. They love dating men like that because it's masculine, apparently. A man who can't control himself. Let's say you slap this guy and for whatever reason he offs you or something. Why test him? Why test him? Why do you feel comfortable putting your hands on a man? This is something we got to work on within our culture. Our women need to respect men more. And I'm not saying the men are perfect, but why would you risk your life by putting your hands on a man or even do anything to tick him off to that degree? There's just like a level of violence that women just don't get that men have. Let's go into the comments. I think every guy agrees with him. Her being surprised is the problem. I agree. Why put your hands? And I'm not saying men should be. No man is ever saying they like we're just gonna put our hands on women. But why do you want to get them to that point? Right? Like, why would you want to even test it? We exchanged. I heard that. Feminism equals equality. Yeah, the moment I hear any story of a man putting his hands on a girl and then but prior to that she slapped him, I'm like, well, I no longer feel bad. Why would you do that? I can't. You're a grown woman putting your hands on a grown man talking about equal rights. I have to be fair. Come on. Come on. Why is she baffled? Why? I don't know. What? There's so many things I see out in the world, or even when I'm just going about dealing with people, that I'm like, why is this? Why do we care about this? Why is that? Why is the idea of a man hitting a woman when she hit him? Why is that baffling? Grown, we're talking about adults here. That means this woman is in her right mind. She knows this man is far stronger than her in every way, shape, or form, but she just wants to smack him as hard as she can just because she's a woman. Amongst men, we don't do that, right? We don't go around hitting guys or smacking guys that are way bigger than us because we know what could happen. Unless we got a gun or something. And even then, we ain't really... Well, if you got a gun, you can pretty much do whatever you want. But the idea is, we know where we can at least have some... there's a winning chance. Women just throw that out the window just because they're women. You got, if you're a woman watching this, it would be wise for you not to do that. It would be wise for you not to do that.
I'm a boy. You're not a boy. Don't ever say that again. You're a girl. You understand me? Yeah. Jesus made you a girl, so you are a girl. It's what you're meant to be and what you'll only ever be. You understand me? Dad, it's a boy. That's correct. I am saying sorry. Thank you. Ah. Hey, you love the body that Jesus gave you, and the body he gave you is that of a girl.
Amen. This is A1 parenting. There's nothing wrong here. She did exactly what you're supposed to do. She nipped the issue right in the butt. She said, the Lord created you to be a girl. You're going to be a girl. Very black and white. Bravo. A+. This is how there's going to be no confusion about this when you're growing up. No. We know our left hand from our right hand. We know up from down, left from right. We are in our right mind. Okay. She nipped that in the butt right then and there. You will grow up to be a young lady because God created you to be a woman. A1 parenting. Let's go into the comments. And that's how you be a parent, right? And she was firm on it. Straight to the point. This is what it is. That's how you do it. It was handled. She might have to do that a few times, but the point is she's getting it inside of her daughter's brain right then and there. She's not letting this, we're not just, her daughter isn't just saying, I'm a boy, and then she's just, oh, so we're going to raise you as a boy now. No, that's just insane. So at that point, it's almost like the children become the parents and the parents become the children. The children run the parents and their whimsical imagination of, I'm a horse now. You need to treat me as a horse. I need to go outside and you need to feed me hay. And just this way left field, ridiculous ideology. I'm glad that this mom just did what she did immediately. It's literally that simple. Amen. It's literally that simple.
done drunk some shit or what? Cause she too into the music.
Listen, this is ridiculous, and many of these videos are circular.
Hold up, this is actually extremely sad. Actually, this is one of the videos I did watch. I don't need him to say he was gonna say, I'm gonna say it. This is actually heartbreaking, you guys. I can't, wow. This is, I mean, you already know it's a single mom, right? You already know, I mean, if you don't know, the statistics on single moms raising children, how the children turn out. It's true what they say, where the women raise the men that they complain about. They literally raise the men that they complain about. When you have single parent households, it's destructive both on the women and the men. A healthy household has two parents. You know, it's really sad seeing it. This reminds me of a video I saw a few months back where this woman was raising, she had her kids in a CVS, and she had young boys. They must have been like, what, 11 or 12. And the boys were acting like women. Like they were acting like bougie, young black women in the hood. Boys. Like down to the mannerisms, completely feminine. And I guess the mom thought it was cute. No dad around, of course, which shame on the dad. Shame on really both the men and the women in these situations. I'm like, when it comes to you got to control yourself. I can't imagine the idea of me giving my seed to a woman like that. It's disgusting. Why would I want, no, I don't want, I want a healthy woman. I'm not just led away by my fleshly desires, right? This is why it's important to stay in the word. And I'm not saying that's easy, it's not. But we can't go so left field to where we're just giving our semen out here like Nick Cannon, right? Got all these different women. That is so destructive to our community, to black people. I don't really like to say it. Anyways, yeah, to black people. Anyway, somebody says, yeah, but as soon as someone says, I'm sorry, yeah, but as soon as someone says something, it's racist. Right, if there was another man or woman here saying exactly what I'm saying that wasn't black, they'd be like, oh, he's racist. Because I'm black, it's not racist, I can say it. If I was white and saying this, oh my gosh, they'd eat me alive. This is why black fathers are so important. Very true, very, very true.
I find it quite crazy that so many beautiful black women in the social media, like the celebrity that we have today. So many of these beautiful black women are choosing to be with men who are accused of unaliving people.
I mean, duh. I did a video a few months back talking about this. I did a video, and every black man knows this, and I'm tired of black women gaslighting black men about this. This is an old conversation. I just want you guys to look at the fruit, look at the actions over the words, because, and again, maybe you guys get it from when your women say it, because when I say it or a black man says it, y'all don't want to hear us, but when y'all say it, maybe you guys will listen then. I even got homegirls, right, black homegirls specifically, that tell me that their homegirls want thugs, want guys with guns, like word for word. But as a black man who dates black women, I already know this. And even if they say no, I just look at the actions. I look at who they obsess over, who they complain and cry about. Oh, that guy? What do you expect from him? No, but because he has a lot of money, he's high value. It's like all they see is the money. Okay, a guy said this. I don't even know his name, but this is very commonplace amongst black people in terms of dating. I'm gonna use Childish Gambino, for example, because this is a great example. Childish Gambino, right? Before he's Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, if you will. He is like the nerd archetype of a black guy. Generally, black women do not go for the nerd archetype of a black guy. But you know who does? White women, Asian women, all these other women. Black women don't go for the corny guy. It's almost like, what's his name? The creator of Boondocks years ago when he was speaking to he was at some sort of convention, but he was talking about the Black Eyed Peas, and he was talking about Black Eyed Peas, they do amazing, they're great, but generally, like, the black audience in general think Black Eyed Peas is corny, and they don't go for that, and he's right, they don't, generally speaking. Like, that's not going to capture the black audience as fully as the thug archetype or hood music would. And he's right. With that in mind, it's like the same thing, you know, the nerdy black guy, doesn't attract a lot of black women at all until he's Childish Gambino, right? But at that point, when he's dating white women or Asian women or whatever the case may be, you will see black women saying, I can't believe you, blah, 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 shame on you, blah, blah, blah. But it is what it is. And you know, someone like him who's smart in that, or maybe it's something I haven't seen, but he's similar to me in that I don't even go back and forth with that conversation. First off, why do you care who he's dating? If you're a black woman and you want to date a white guy, more power to you. I hope everything goes well. If you want to date a black guy, more power to you. I hope it all goes well. If you want to date an Asian guy, whoever you want to be with is fine, because you can be with whoever you want. It's your life. As simple as that. Whether they're white, Asian, black, Indian, it don't matter. I know for me, I'm a date whoever I want to date, and I do that. Whether they're white, black, Asian, do I have a preference? Yeah, we all do, but if there's a match, there's a match. I'm not stressing on people, you know, I don't know, and y'all want to tell me who I can and cannot date. Go ahead. I'm glad I'm on your mind. You know, it's like, that's cute.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Pardon me? What? What did we just watch? Did we? What? Did this pastor? Hold on, I gotta go to the comments right now. That's not church, that's greed. This pastor just said in the most pastoral way, I don't even think that's a word. No, y'all not hearing me. And then the audience go, or whatever. That's crazy. There's no money in heaven, y'all. I don't even think that's scripture, but anyways. I would have took my 1,200 back. Comment has 158.6K likes. Yes, that's greed. That also sounds like someone who's ungrateful. What if that was all that person had to give, and they out of faith was like, I'm gonna give this, and for you to tell them, oh, y'all not hearing me, that's only, excuse me, he need to repent, or I don't, that's just somebody says this disgusts me. This image, it's only 1,200, could have been 0. Right? Wow. So this is what we have going on today in life, as we see. This is quite disturbing. Sometimes I tell myself I need to get out more, and maybe I do. You know, I still do think I do need to get out more. And when I look at this stuff, I'm just like, why? No, on a realistic note though, like I know that this isn't the whole world. This is just bits and pieces of the world. I truly do need to get out more. But yeah, what do you guys think of the video? What do you guys think of these videos? Let me know what you think, or even what you think of this format. I'm gonna just start doing multiple like clips in one. Usually I would do like one video per video, but now I just think it's just more convenient to do this. Plus I'm, you know, moving around a little bit more, so I'd rather just do it all in one setting. It may take a little bit longer to edit, but it's just more convenient. Anyways, guys, check out my other video right here. If you enjoy me and the conversation, definitely comment down below. Follow me on all socials. I'm on Instagram, TikTok as well, and I'll see you guys next time.